What if you could live as if God Himself is guiding every step you take, not by waiting for a heavenly sign, not by begging for the world's approval, but by acting with divine certainty right now with every ounce of your soul? Are you ready to answer that sacred call today, or will you let another moment slip into the void of hesitation? Hey there, friends. It's an honor to connect with you today. If you're listening, I know there's a fire burning inside you, a calling for something greater, maybe leading a bold mission serving your community, or living a life that honors your Creator. But let me ask, how often have you felt that calling dim, drowned out by the noise of everyday life? How many of you find yourselves drifting caught up in TikTok, Instagram, or the grind of societal pressure, just reacting to what's thrown your way instead of shaping your destiny? Folks, I'm here to deliver a hard truth. Your purpose isn't some distant dream. It's a divine command waiting for your obedience, but only you can ignite the spark to answer it. Success doesn't come from luck, talent, or waiting for a nod from the world. It's forged in the furnace of daily obedience, where you stake everything, every hour, every minute, every moment of your life. Most people never reach their divine purpose. They let time slip away, swept up in easy distractions, small excuses, or quiet doubts, thinking one day a sign will flash or someone will hand them a clear path. But here's the deal. Nobody answers your calling but you. In 2025, with social media noise and societal pressure louder than ever, living as if God guides you is your greatest edge. Napoleon Hill nailed it. Greatness isn't stumbled upon, it's earned through alignment with the infinite. You don't need to be perfect or have all the answers just 1 hour a day to obey your inner voice. I've seen it. The successful aren't any different from you or me. They don't have fewer fears or smoother roads. They just choose to act as if sent by heaven. They don't wait for signs, applause, or doubts to fade. They move, and heaven moves with them. Your purpose isn't a fleeting thought. It's a sacred mission only you can fulfill. But it won't come to you. It demands you stand up, face your doubts, push through failure, and reject the easy path. Today I'm sharing a powerful philosophy, 5 steps to live, as if God guides you to unlock your divine potential and build a legacy that echoes into eternity. This isn't hype or a quick fix. It's about forging a life of purpose through daily obedience, becoming the builder heaven sent you to be. These steps will challenge you, demand your courage, and transform you if you dare to obey their call. You don't need to do it all right now, just start obeying. Ready? Stick with me, because what you're about to learn will change how you live, how you fight starting today. What's holding back your sacred call, fear, doubt, or just waiting for the world's permission? What spark will you ignite right now to align with your divine path? Let's dive into the first step. Act with faith. Ever felt lost, like coins buried in darkness because you're waiting for a heavenly sign instead of acting with faith in your divine call? Picture those mornings you feel a fire in your soul, a calling to lead a business, serve your community, or live a life that honors your Creator. It's deep, like a voice echoing within, urging you to move, but then TikTok, Instagram, or societal pressure clouds your courage. You hesitate, looking for proof, waiting for the world to say go. Days turn to weeks, and you're stuck, drifting, asking, why do I keep putting off my purpose? Why can't I trust the voice inside me? That's the pain of letting doubt dim your divine potential, of waiting for permission heaven's already given. I've seen folks like us full of grand callings, but they let moments of hesitation pile up, days of waiting stretch on, and their mission gets buried under the darkness of delay. They start with a blazing fire, but soon they're back to scrolling, procrastinating, or convincing themselves it's not the right time. They wait for a perfect moment, a clear sign, or a risk-free path, but the brutal truth is that moment never comes, and then they couldn't take it anymore. They craved acting with faith, answering their divine call without needing signs or approval. You feel that too, right? Being lost isn't the end. It's your wake-up call from heaven. Acting with faith is your light. It shines on your divine path with unwavering obedience. It's not about seeing the whole road ahead, banishing fear, or having every answer now. It's realizing your inner call isn't a suggestion, it's a command from heaven, and your faith is the flame that lights it. Every saint, every world changer didn't wait for certainty. They moved, scared, unsure, mocked because their mission wasn't theirs to question, it was theirs to obey. In 2025, with distractions louder than ever, faith-driven action is your power. Most folks let doubt lead, they wait for validation, perfect timing, or fear to vanish, but heaven doesn't move for those who stand still. Your light blazes when you say, "I don't need proof, I trust the call, and I'll move now." That's when you become unstoppable, when prosperity, not just wealth, but purpose, peace, eternal impact starts sparking. Why does this matter? Because faith is the heartbeat of your divine path. Every lasting legacy, every world-shaking achievement was forged by folks who didn't wait for certainty. They didn't need the world to say, "You're enough." They believed they were sent with a purpose, and that faith drove them to act step by step, day by day, until heaven confirmed their path. If you only act when you feel ready, you'll live a fragmented life, starting and stopping craving greatness, but never crossing the finish line. But when you act with faith, you align with your purpose. You don't wait for the right time or right vibe. You hunger for obedience, a minute of focus, an hour of steely resolve, a moment to recommit to your divine call. Just 10 minutes affirming your faith can turn "I'm not sure" into "I'm guided and I'm moving." When you act with faith, you're not just living, you're leading. Imagine starting each day asking, "How will I obey today? What action will prove my faith in my divine call?" You sit down, no phone, no noise, just you and your mission. You think about times you hesitated, delaying, waiting for signs, letting doubt lead, and you say, "No more, I'm lighting my flame." That's when your light burns bright, cutting through the darkness of delay. I've seen it, the successful don't have more time. They just know every small act is a beam on their divine path. Acting with faith isn't a burden. It's freedom, a vow to yourself you'll never betray your calling. So how do you start? It's not rocket science, but it takes guts. Today, take 10 minutes to affirm your faith. Sit down, say aloud or write, "I act as if God guides me." Feel the power of that declaration and jot down your resolve in a journal. No social media, no emails, just you and your faith. Tomorrow, repeat it, noting how your trust grows like a flame flaring up. This week, act with faith daily for 7 days, tracking your strength. Each day, take one small action, maybe 10 minutes toward your mission, or saying no to a distraction, and log your grit. Don't stop there. Make it your core. Say this affirmation daily like a sacred ritual, and review monthly to deepen your trust. Think of folks you admire. They didn't win by waiting for signs. They believed, acted day after day until heaven moved with them. You can too. You don't need to see the whole path, just step. You don't need to crush every doubt, just obey today. Then tomorrow, obey again. That's how you light your flame. That's how you act with faith. That's how you live as if God guides you. So ask yourself, what darkness hides your coins? Doubt, delay, or waiting for signs? Are you scared to trust the call because it's too big? How will you shine your light today? What's one action you'll take now to act with faith? Your mission's waiting. Will you hesitate or lead? Now, step 2, clarify your purpose. Ever felt adrift, like coins fading in fog because your divine purpose isn't clear enough to guide your steps? Think about those days. You feel a pull towards something bigger, leading with impact, serving others, honoring your Creator. It's there like a whisper from heaven, but blurry like a shadow in mist. Then TikTok, Instagram, or societal pressure muddles your focus, and you chase the world's idea of success. Money, fame, likes, without knowing if it's your path. Before you know it, you're wandering empty, asking, "What am I even fighting for? Why can't I see my purpose?" That's the pain of an unclear purpose, blurring your divine potential, drifting without a sacred target. I've seen folks like us full of epic callings, but they dive into action without knowing where they're headed. They hustle, grind, but with a fuzzy mission. They burn out, fast quit, or chase goals that aren't theirs. They want success, but don't know what it looks like. They want meaning, but can't picture it. And so they're lost in fog, letting days slip by without getting closer to their true call. But one day, they couldn't stand it anymore. They craved clarifying their purpose, to know exactly what they were sent for. You feel that too, right? Drifting isn't failure, it's heaven's wake-up call to anchor your path. Clarifying your purpose is your anchor. It roots your divine path with unshakable clarity. Without a clear call, you're swinging in fog, wasting energy on noise. Every prophet, every eternal builder had a purpose so vivid, it pulled them through doubt, pain, opposition. In 2025, with distractions screaming, a sharp purpose is your lifeline. Most folks falter because their call is vague. They chase success without meaning. But clarifying your purpose ignites a light no storm can dim. Your anchor holds when you say, I know why I was sent and I'll obey. That's when prosperity, meaning impact, divine alignment takes shape. Purpose isn't a guess. It's heaven's command waiting for you to claim. Why an anchor? Because clarity fuels your divine path. Without it, you're chasing shadows, burning energy on distractions. Every game changer had a purpose so clear it carried them through agony, doubt, rejection. If you don't know what you're sent for, you'll waste time on trends, others' goals, or dead-end tasks. But with a clear purpose, you've got a torch in your mind. You're not grinding just to get by or win likes. You're fighting for something bigger, your family, your community, or embodying God's will. Just 10 minutes clarifying your purpose can shift. I'm lost to I'm locked on my call. When you clarify your purpose, you're not just living, you're leading. Imagine starting each day asking, what's my purpose today? What call will guide me? You sit down, no phone, no noise, just you and your mission. You think about times you drifted working without a why, chasing goals that weren't yours, and you say, no more. I'm dropping my anchor. That's when your purpose becomes a compass guiding you through fog of doubt and noise. I've seen it, the successful don't have better odds, they just know exactly what they're sent for and obey it daily. Clarifying your purpose isn't pressure, it's power, a vow to yourself you'll never lose your way. So how do you do it? Start with honesty and action. Today, take 10 minutes to pin down one specific purpose, like inspiring others or serving your community. Sit down, grab a pen, and write, what's my purpose? What was I sent to do, and why? Note the clarity you feel in a journal. No social media, no emails, just you and your thoughts. Tomorrow, refine it, logging how it guides you like a torch lighting your way. This week, picture it daily for 7 days, tracking your focus. Each day, spend a few minutes envisioning it, what it looks like, feels like, how it drives you. Log how you feel sharper, more driven. Don't stop there. Write a purpose statement, a short sentence or paragraph like I'm sent to shine light through service. Read it daily like a sacred ritual and review monthly to keep it vivid. Think of folks you admire. They didn't have vague ideas of purpose. They had a crystal clear mission they never lost sight of. You can too. You don't need every detail. Now just clarify one purpose, one why today. Then tomorrow sharpen it. That's how you drop your anchor. That's how you clarify your purpose. That's how you live as if God guides you. So ask yourself, what fog's blurring your coins? A vague call or worldly noise? Are you scared to claim your purpose because it's too grand? How will you set your anchor today? What's one purpose you'll clarify now? Your mission's waiting. Will you drift or lead? Hold up, define your purpose today. Set your anchor. Join ForgeFire, smash that subscribe button for more tools to blaze your divine path. Turn on notifications. Next, step 3, guard your mind. Ever felt scattered like coins lost in haze because unguarded thoughts derailed your divine call? Picture those times you're ready to live your purpose, leading with impact, serving, honoring your Creator. You start clear, but TikTok, Instagram, or societal pressure floods your mind with doubt, comparison, fear. You think I'm not enough, or what if I fail? You let negative thoughts linger, petty worries take over, and before you know it, your focus is gone. Your resolve shaky, asking, why do I let my mind run wild? Why can't I keep my thoughts aligned with my call? That's the pain of unguarded thoughts, dimming your divine potential, turning your mind, the channel for God's command, into a battleground of doubt and noise. I've seen folks like us with epic missions, but they let their minds become an open door, welcoming every doubt, every whisper of failure, every worldly noise. They let thoughts like, "I'm not worthy," or "this call's too big" lead, and they lose their way not from lack of opportunity, but from not guarding their mind. They start with a radiant fire, but soon they're caught in online comparisons, baseless fears, or self-doubt. And then they couldn't take it anymore. They craved guarding their mind, making it a sacred temple where only their divine purpose reigns. You feel that too, right? Feeling scattered isn't failure, it's heaven's call to protect your mind. Guarding your mind is your torch. It lights your divine path with unyielding discipline. Your mind isn't just a tool, it's God's channel, but only if you keep it clear. Every visionary guarded their mind like a fortress, barring any thought misaligned with their purpose. In 2025, with distractions and pressure louder than ever, a disciplined mind is your stronghold. Most folks let their thoughts drift, soaking up every doubt, trend, failures whisper, wondering why they falter. They let ideas like, "I'm not good enough," or "others are better" steer their actions, and they fail not from lack of skill, but from not mastering their mind. But you're different. You feel the haze of unguarded thoughts trying to blur your divine potential, and you refuse to let it win. Your torch blazes when you say, "I won't let noise drown my purpose. I'll think as God guides me." That's when you become unbreakable, when prosperity, clarity, strength, divine power takes root. Why a torch? Because your mind shapes your divine path. Every world-changing legacy began with a disciplined mind, one that didn't let doubt or noise creep in. Visionaries protected their thoughts like warriors guard a fortress, knowing their mind was sacred ground. If you leave your mind open to every noise, every online comparison, self-doubt, random worry, your purpose gets clouded, not because you lack power, but because you didn't guard God's channel. But when you guard your mind, you build an unshakable stronghold. You don't let doubt linger. You don't let noise lead. You don't let comparison sway you. Just 10 minutes mastering your thoughts can turn "I'm unsure" into "I think as God guides me." When you guard your mind, you're not just living, you're leading. Imagine starting each day asking, "How will I protect my mind today? What thoughts will align with my divine call?" You sit down, no phone, no noise, just you and your mind. You think about times you got scattered, letting doubt lead, soaking up social media noise, and you say, "No more. I'm lighting my torch." That's when your torch shines, piercing the haze of doubt and noise. I've seen it. The successful don't have sharper minds. They just know their mind is a sacred temple, and they guard it with relentless discipline. Guarding your mind isn't pressure, it's power. A vow to yourself you'll never let worldly noise blur your divine call. So how do you start? With a bold choice and real action. Today, take 10 minutes to reject one doubtful thought like "I'm not enough" or "I'll fail." Sit down, spot it, and declare, "This thought doesn't serve my purpose. I choose thoughts aligned with my call." Note your focus in a journal. No social media, no emails, just you and your mind. Tomorrow, swap a doubtful thought for a purpose-driven one like "I'm guided to build greatness," and log your clarity like a torch growing brighter. This week, guard your thoughts daily for 7 days, tracking your discipline. Each day, spot a misaligned thought, maybe comparing yourself online or fearing failure, and replace it with one tied to your purpose. Log how you feel tougher, more focused. Don't stop there. Do a weekly mind audit, spend a few minutes reviewing what thoughts dominated, and tweak them to align with your divine call. Monthly, revisit your journal, noting how your minds become a sacred temple where only God's command echoes. Think of folks you admire. They didn't win by letting their minds drift. They guarded, disciplined, and thought as if God guided them. You can too. You don't need to banish every doubt. Now just master one thought today. Then tomorrow another. That's how you light your torch. That's how you guard your mind. That's how you live as if God guides you. So ask yourself, what haze scatters your coins? Doubt, noise, comparison. Are you letting worldly thoughts drown your call? How will you light your torch today? What's one thought you'll reject now? Your mission's waiting. Will you falter or lead step 4? Speak with power. Ever felt silence like coins swept away by a storm because weak words betray your divine call? Picture those moments you're poised to live your purpose, leading with bold vision, serving others, honoring your Creator. You feel the call like a fire blazing in your heart, urging you to speak, to declare your path. but then TikTok, Instagram, or societal pressure makes you doubt your voice. You say, I hope I'll try, or worse, stay silent scared. Your words will sound too bold, too different. You let feeble words slip out, hesitant phrases, and before you know it, your voice lacks weight. Your presence fades, asking, why do I speak so weakly? Why can't my words carry my divine purpose? That's the pain of letting timid speech dim your divine potential, muting the voice God gave to shape your reality. I've seen folks like us with mighty missions, but they let their words become their enemy, speaking with doubt, hesitation, or not at all losing the power heaven placed in their voice. They let phrases like, maybe I'm not enough, or I don't want judgment lead, and they fail not from lack of talent, but from not speaking with the authority God gave. They start with a radiant fire, but soon their weak words, dodgy phrases, or silence snuff it out. And then they couldn't take it anymore. They craved speaking with power, making their voice a divine command echoing God's purpose. You feel that too, right? Being silenced isn't the end. It's heaven's call to proclaim your mission. Speaking with power is your brick. It builds your divine path with commanding words. Your voice isn't just sound, it's a decree shaping reality, but only if it aligns with your call. Every prophet, every world shaker spoke with conviction, knowing their words were sacred commands carrying God's power. In 2025, with noise and pressure drowning truth, a powerful voice is your weapon. Most folks speak feebly, mumbling doubts, hedging bets, staying silent, wondering why their purpose stalls. They say, I hope, and their mind hears hesitation. They say, I'll try, and their reality mirrors uncertainty. They stay quiet when they should speak, and their mission falters not from lack of ability, but from not wielding their divine voice. But you're different. You feel the storm of weak words trying to sweep your divine potential, and you refuse to let it win. Your brick is laid when you say, I won't speak doubt, I'll declare my divine purpose with power. That's when you become undeniable, when prosperity, not just impact, but presence, authority, eternal legacy rises. Why bricks? Because your words are the pulse of your divine reality. Every world-changing legacy was built by folks who spoke as if sent by God. They didn't mumble, dodge, or stay silent. They declared with certainty faith power, knowing their words weren't just sound, they were commands shaping minds' actions and the world around them. If you speak with hesitation, you instruct weakness. If you speak with power, you ignite strength. Most don't get this. Your words don't just reflect your mind, they train it, and your mind trains reality. When you say, I hope, you send a weak signal, and your reality reflects it. When you say, I will, you issue a command and heaven starts moving with you. Just 10 minutes speaking with power can turn I'm unsure into I declare my mission. When you speak with power, you're not just living, you're leading. Imagine starting each day asking, how will I speak today to align with my divine purpose? What words will carry God's power? You sit down, no phone, no noise, just you and your voice. You think about times you were silent saying, I hope instead of I will, or staying quiet fearing judgment, and you say no more. I'm laying my brick. That's when your brick stacks up, building your divine path through storms of doubt and noise. I've seen it, the successful don't have louder voices, they just know their words are divine commands and they speak with unshakable certainty. Speaking with power isn't pressure, it's authority, a vow to yourself you'll never let your voice betray your divine call. So how do you start? With a firm choice and real action. Today, take 10 minutes to speak a powerful affirmation. Sit down, say aloud, I speak with divine power. I declare my purpose. Feel the strength in those words and note it in a journal. No social media, no emails, just you and your voice. Tomorrow, fix a weak phrase, swap I hope for I will in a conversation, or declare your purpose instead of staying quiet, and log your progress like your words gaining new weight. This week, speak with power daily for 7 days, tracking your impact. Each day, pick a moment to speak with certainty, maybe in a meeting, a talk, or to yourself. And note how you feel bolder, more present. Don't stop there. Write an identity script, a short line or paragraph like I'm sent to lead with divine authority. Say it daily like a sacred ritual and review monthly to lock in its power. Think of folks you admire, they didn't win with hesitant words. They declared with faith power and the world listened. You can too. You don't need a perfect voice, just speak with faith today. Then tomorrow speak again. That's how you lay your brick. That's how you speak with power. That's how you live as if God guides you. So ask yourself, what storm's sweeping your coins? Weak words, fear, silence. Are you scared to speak boldly because it's too big? How will you lay your brick today? What's one affirmation you'll declare now? Your mission's waiting. Will you stay silent or lead? Hold up. Speak with power today. Lay your brick. Join ForgeFire, hit subscribe for more hacks to forge your divine path. Turn on notifications. Finally, step 5, persist in obedience. Ever felt broken like coins scorched in fire because setbacks tempt you to abandon your divine call? Picture those times you're living your purpose full out, leading with impact, serving others, honoring your Creator. You're all in heart ablaze will like steel, but then a setback hits. A project flops, a door slams shut, or a day everything crumbles. TikTok, Instagram, or societal pressure amplifies the pain, whispering, "You're not enough," or "This call's not for you." You feel burned, like your efforts turn to ash, saying, "This isn't worth it," or "I can't keep going." Suddenly, your divine mission feels out of reach, like it's been consumed by fire, and you're asking, "Why do setbacks crush me? Why can't I keep obeying?" That's the pain of letting failure torch your divine potential, faltering in the fight you were sent for. I've seen folks like us with epic callings, but when setbacks strike, they let it define them. A project tanks and they think, "I'm not good enough." A rejection lands and they believe this mission's wrong. They let bad days, mistakes, or criticism drown them, retreating to safety, scrolling, delaying, or convincing themselves, "Maybe I should settle for less." But settling doesn't forge a legacy. Settling doesn't craft greatness. And then they couldn't take it anymore. They craved persisting in obedience, turning failure into fuel for their mission. You feel that too, right? Being broken isn't the end. It's heaven's call to rise and obey. Persisting in obedience is your forge. It shapes your divine path with relentless faith. Setbacks aren't your end. They're raw material God uses to forge you. Failure's part of the divine road, but it doesn't define you unless you let it. Every eternal builder faced failure, but didn't stop obeying, rising stronger each time. In 2025, with doubts and distractions everywhere, relentless obedience is your shield. Most folks let failure break them, taking hits personally. Quitting thinking a flop means their call was wrong, but persisting turns pain into power, mistakes into lessons, failures fire into fuel. Your forge glows when you say, "I fell, but I'll rise and obey harder." That's when you become unbreakable, when prosperity, not just success, but resilience, faith, eternal legacy takes hold. Why a forge? Because persistence is where your faith is hammered, where you become unstoppable. Every world-changing legacy was forged from setbacks. Each fall, a hammer strike, each mistake, a chance to sharpen. Pioneers failed not once, but over and over, but they didn't let failure write their story. They analyzed mistakes, tweaked actions, and kept obeying, knowing failure wasn't a curse, it was part of God's forge shaping them. If you let failure rule, you'll live in fear, dodging risks, repeating, "I'm not enough," letting a fall freeze you. You'll stay stuck in life's forge, never crafting your mission steel. But when you persist, you grow. You don't see mistakes as the end, but as lessons, chances to get tougher. You face a flop and ask, "What did I learn? How can I obey better?" You hunger for persistence, a step up after a fallen hour of work. Despite a shattered heart, a choice to keep going when everything says stop. Just 10 minutes reflecting on a setback can turn "I lost" into "I'm being forged." When you persist in obedience, you're not just living, you're leading. Imagine starting each day asking, "How will I persist today? What setback will forge me?" You sit down, no phone, no noise, just you and your mission. You think about times you broke, quitting after a flop, letting pain hold you back, and you say, "No more. I'm stepping into my forge." That's when your forge blazes, shaping you through failure's fire. I've seen it. The successful don't fall less. They just know every setback is a hammer strike, forging their mission. Persisting in obedience isn't pain, it's power. A vow to yourself you'll never let mistakes steal your divine call. So how do you start with a new mindset and real moves? Today, take 10 minutes to reflect on a recent setback, maybe a missed goal, a rejection, or a day it all fell apart. Sit down, grab a pen, and write, "What did I learn? What's this teaching about my mission?" Note the lesson in a journal, feeling the strength of turning pain into wisdom. No social media, no emails, just you and your reflection. Tomorrow, apply that lesson to a new move, retry a failed task, or tweak your approach and log your progress like you're getting grittier. This week, persist daily for 7 days, tracking your fuel. Each day, pick a moment you felt defeated, a small mistake, a rejection, and write its lesson. Note how you use it to move forward. Don't stop there. Keep a failure log a place for every flop, big or small, and its lessons. Monthly review it, analyzing how you've grown, how failure's sting fades. Think of folks you admire. They didn't win by dodging failure. They fell, rose, learned, and obeyed harder. You can too. You don't need to avoid mistakes, just learn. You don't need to win every time, just rise today. Then tomorrow, rise again. That's how you step into your forge. That's how you persist in obedience. That's how you live as if God guides you. So ask yourself, what fire's scorching your coins? A setback, rejection, or pain from a mistake? Are you letting failure whisper, "Give up"? Will you stay burned or step into your forge? What's one lesson you'll pull from a setback now? Your mission's waiting. Will you crumble or lead friends? We've just walked a sacred path, 5 steps to live, as if God guides you to unlock your infinite potential and craft a life that echoes into eternity. Acting with faith lights your guiding flame. Clarifying your purpose drops your anchor of clarity. Guarding your mind burns your torch of discipline. Speaking with power lays your bricks of divine command. And persisting in obedience forges your unyielding faith in God's furnace. Each step's a spark, each action a hammer strike, each moment you refuse to waver a brick in your legacy. Take a second to feel that power. Every time you trust, declare your purpose. Rise from failure. You're not just inching toward your divine mission. You're crafting a life worth living, a story heaven will honor. Success isn't a single shining moment or a miracle from above. It's the sum of days you obeyed, hours you gave your all, minutes you chose the hard path to heed God's call. Most folks never touch their divine mission. They let time slip, lost in TikTok, Instagram, or societal pressure, living without purpose, without fire. They wait for a heavenly sign, worldly approval, but no one comes. They wait for the perfect moment, but it never arrives. But you're different. You know, these 5 steps aren't just words. They're a blueprint for a sacred life, a compass through 2025's noise, a torch lighting your way to boundless prosperity. The successful don't have more hours or fewer hurdles. They choose differently. They obey every day, every hour, every moment. They forge their legacy one strike at a time. You can too if you step up. I'm throwing down a challenge. Pick one step, act with faith. Clarify your purpose, guard your mind, speak with power, or persist through setbacks. Commit to it daily, not just when it's easy, but when it burns, when the world says stop. Start now. Take 10 minutes today to act. Declare a powerful affirmation, write your purpose, or learn from a setback. Track your wins, not to brag, but to remind yourself you're obeying. Find a friend, mentor, or community to keep you sharp, to remind you why you started. Build a world where failure's not the end, but fuel, where doubt's not a barrier, but a brick to step over. How's that feel? As you shove noise aside, push through doubt and forge your mission. You'll stand taller, prouder, stronger than ever. In 2025, when everything's trying to derail you, you've got a shot to shape your legacy, to live a life not just successful, but deeply sacred. 1 hour a day isn't just time, it's your furnace where you forge lasting value. You don't chase success when you obey relentlessly. Heaven brings it to you. But it starts now, not tomorrow, not next week. Right now you decide, will you obey or let your mission fade? Need more sparks? Join ForgeFire. Subscribe for weekly fuel to keep your fire blazing. Drop your mission in the comments, hit that button, and turn on notifications to never miss a chance to rise. Picture 1 year from now, standing unshakable, your life a masterpiece, forged by daily obedience, by every doubt. You silenced every setback you rose from. Not by luck, not by chance, but by your faith. You're clearer, tougher, more confident not just for what you've achieved, but for who you've become. You're not just living, you're leading, inspiring those around you, leaving a legacy heaven itself will honor. You're the craftsman of your mission, shaping it from obedience as fire, from persistence as furnace. But this legacy doesn't just happen. It demands you obey not just today, but every day, every hour, every breath you take. You don't need to be perfect, just show up. You don't need all the answers, just step up. And when you do, you'll see nothing, no doubt, no failure. No obstacle can stop you. Your mission isn't just for you, it's for the person you're becoming, the legacy. You'll leave the story, you'll tell heaven. So ask yourself now, what'll you obey for today? Which step will you pick to start? Act with faith. Speak with power. Persist through a flop. What move will you make right now to forge your legacy? Feel that fire inside you. Your mission's not waiting. It demands you obey today now. Will you back down? Or lead, act now, your eternal legacy's waiting to be forged.